Hey friends, it's me, the Ebony Otaku, the well-rounded nerd. And yes, I am in the exact same position I was for the last video, because you record them when you have time. Okay, we got that out the way? All right, let's continue. So we had a fun afternoon today, and I have to proceed this the way I always do. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It wasn't my fault. I said, let's go on home. And he said, let's stop at one more store. I'm a collector because it makes me happy. When I run out of space, I'll make more space and keep on collecting. It is nice to be married to a nerd who is indulgent into my collecting. But hey, we have a life where we can afford his hobbies and my hobbies and the youngins' hobbies. So you know that's a blessing in and of itself, because everybody can't be buying useless plastic to display. But collectors understand collectors. Like, we just, the hunt and then the putting together of the whole set and all that. It's like, it's a whole thing. It makes us happy. So I got to do a little bit of collecting today. Since I'm just going to go find space on it for my shelves, what are some of the things I was able to come across today? This is a very eclectic arrangement of figures I was able to procure today. Are you ready for it? Are you even ready? I don't think you are. So I had to travel for work. So I was gone for a week. And then that weekend when we came home, he went off and did an SCA thing with some buddies of his. If you don't know what the SCA is, it's the Society for Cultural Anachronism. Folks who are real into medieval history and do a lot of historical learning, crafting, reenactments, combat and stuff around that, which I've joined the SCA as well because I found out that you can fight. And I could become queen by beating a bunch of people. Yeah. Usually women become the ruler by right of being the partner of the person who wins all the tournamenting. I want to be queen by right of my own hand. It has happened before, but it's rare. But I want to win all the fisticuffs and become queen of my kingdom. So we'll see how that goes. But anywho, so he went off and did that. And then when I came back, we saw each other for literally 3 hours. And then he drove off to go do that. And then the next morning I had a Taekwondo thing to go to. So I went and did that and was at that all day. And we saw each other again that evening. So it's just like, whoa, we did all the things this week. Let's just spend the afternoon together. So we woke up late on that Sunday. We had a late breakfast, went and had some good to eat. And then we just decided to tool around town, go thrifting. And then we went to a couple of our favorite hobby / action figure / nerd stores, which in this town, there's a bunch of them. Like the bookstore. There's a toy store here. Like, it's crazy. Like, this town caters to this. So, but I basically have a toy store behind me at this point. But yeah, there were figures, that you always want to see. When we first went to the first store we went to, our whole goal was to find something for his sister's birthday, because she's starting to get into painting figures and stuff like that. So well, let's get her a starter set of paints. Let's get her a figure, she likes D&D. So we'll get her a D&D dragon or something like that. And I knew better than this, because all the painting stuff, all of the box games where you have to put the figures together and paint them, they're all in the front of the store, which is where I should have stayed. In the front of the store. But I didn't. I did not. I took a walk to the back of the store. I knew what was back there. And he didn't stop me. I said, hey, I'm going to the back. And he said, and I was like, what's going to happen, don't you? And he said, so it was mutual understanding. So I found a couple of things back there. There is a company that makes figures that I really love. Oh, incidentally, here's the starter set of paints we got her. The age of... This is not the paint set I wanted to get her. He got her the wrong one. And this thing was $35. The other one had 10 paints in it. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and get her another set. Dude, this has 6 paints in it. We were supposed to get her 12. This isn't enough. It doesn't have the snips in it. I'll fix it. That's why husbands need wives. It's fine. She gets more paint than that. That's not enough paint for a starter kit. That is literally 6 paints. No. So, anywho, but for me, let's get back to me. Walk to the back of the store, and there is a set of a producer, the SH figures, which they produce a lot of really good, like I guess they're 5.5, 6-inch figures. Like up there, I've got a whole bunch of Sailormoon from them. Because I haven't really collected Sailormoon figures in a while until I saw these. I was like, oh man, these are beautiful. I want them. And I got the original Sailormoon form, and then the Inner Scouts, and then I found a Chibi Moon. I was like, okay, that must be all they make. And I wandered back there. And they had Sailor Pluto. Y'all, look at her. Isn't she delightful? I mean, and the packaging is just superb. She's not coming out the box. This Joker is $60. She's not coming out the box. But one of those things I love about Japanese figures, if you can see in there, they often have interchangeable hands, faces, and that type of thing. Interchangeable hair. So she's incredible. So found Sailor Pluto. I thought it was only the inners. I never saw the outer Senshi at any of the stores in towns. I just assumed that was it. Those were the only ones I ever saw. But this company also makes they do a bunch of them, but bunch of series. So they've got like, Spy Family, which is super popular. I'm probably going to go back for those next month because I don't need all of the ones that they make. I just want a complete set, but I do want their Anya, Lloyd. I didn't see Bond up there. I have them from this company in the minifigs, but I don't have this size from them. Lloyd, your Anya, and Bond. If I can find a complete set of those, I'm going to get them probably next month. But I just love the look of these figures. They are so beautiful. So I'm super happy that I was able to find her, but I got something else in this vein as well. But what else? But that's all I got for myself at that store. Then we were supposed to be going home is what we were supposed to be doing. But then my husband says, hey, that one store that I keep telling you want to go to, why don't we go there? And I was like, because I'd never been to that particular action figure store. And this one is just straight up an action figure store. They sell like vintage toys and new stuff, all kinds of things. And I was just like, one more stop. Okay, sure, whatevs. I was like, what's going to happen when we go in here? I'm going to find something I want. I'm going to want it. Well, y'all, I was tired. I was ready to go home. He insisted we make one more stop. This is the part where it's really not my fault because I was ready to go home. But we stopped. Why was Sailor Saturn just sitting on the shelf of this store in perfect condition, untouched? Like, seriously, in the Sailormoon verse, this heifer right here, like, yeah, that's an original from the 90s. Like, she old. Now, oh God, how old am I? Anyway, we're not going to have an existential crisis right now. But yeah, that's a brand new one, never been opened, in perfect condition. The 11.5-inch doll. Like, she's legit. That was a $70 doll when it was purchased. And that was when the show was at the height of producing figures. But anytime you want a set of Sailormoon dolls, like back here, I've got a whole, like, see that's one of those like 6-inch dolls, the smaller ones that are like these, but itsy. I've got 2 sets of those. Sailor Saturn is the one that's missing. And then I've even got the little, these figures here. I had them with complete sets, and somehow Sailor Saturn has, all her pieces are not 100% together. Really makes me mad. She's really hard to find. Anytime whole sets are put out, the one you're going to have a problem finding is Sailor Saturn. She's the most popular, the most expensive, and also the rarest, because that's how you drive prices up. How was she just sitting on the shelf? Just out there. Not hidden, just... And this is the same producer as the Sailor Pluto, and I have the other Sailormoon figures, so these are going to go up on that shelf with them. I might go through all of them one day, because they are quite beautiful. Again, the interchangeable faces, like she's gorgeous. She was 60. This one was 70. This one should have been more. This one should have been $100. Let me be very clear. The only ones I'm missing out of this series now are Neptune and Uranus, but they actually said they would give me a call once they get them because avid collector. But when we went to check out, I was like, how was this just sitting there? He was like, I don't even know how we got that, and I can't believe nobody bought it now. So you are real lucky. So now she has a sister. Will never come out of the box. Never. These are not unboxables. These are stay pretty, live in the box forever. One, the boxes are gorgeous on their own. But they are not, these are not toys. These will never, ever, 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 ever be opened. Ever. You can open them when I'm gone. And then I'll come back and haunt you. But then we made a Transformers find. So turn the corner, just wandering around the store. Turn the corner, and there is the Transformers row. Right now, there is a Rodimus Prime there that I have never seen before. I might go take a picture of him and do a short about him, just because I can't even explain how he looks. He looks very, I was going to say very spacey, but they're already from space. Like, he's like $500. He's like $485. It is a gorgeous figure, but it doesn't look like Rodimus Prime to me. But it is Rodimus Prime, so obviously it's some licensed commission statue-y type of thing. He's got like a rifle and a sword. It's a gorgeous figure. But after I got done drooling over that, which incidentally my husband would have bought it for me had I said I wanted it. But I was just like, I don't know how I feel about the look of this one, because he had considering buying it for me before, but it's $500. It's going to sit there for a while before anybody wants it. So I've got time to think about if I really want it, because it's very interesting. I don't know. I don't know. But guess what I found? Another Elita-1. Now, she's not going to come out of the box. This one's interesting. So this one's straight out from the War for Cybertron. This heifer was $25. She is definitely from the War for Cybertron. And as you can see on the box, it straight out says this is from the Netflix series. This is the Elita-1 that I know. Like, transforms correctly, looking real boss. Like, this is the Elita-1 that I grew up with, which again is why I like the War for Cybertron series. It's very reminiscent of the Gen 1 stuff. It's why I like the Bumblebee series as well. They are very Gen 1 looking. Now, some of the Legacy figures I do like, but you know, they reel Michael Bay in the face. So like, they have the aesthetic, and then you look at them close and it's like, you're just off. Like, the Michael Bay ones, it's like they put too much detail on them, if that makes sense. Like, part of the charm of the Transformers was the simplicity. Like, if you ever watched the original show, it's not exactly like top tier animation, like at all. But part of the joy was in the simplicity, and the Michael Bay looking ones just get real complex. But she is a perfect shield. This one will not be opened. She stays in the box. She's gonna sit with her big sister that's on this shelf. There, she's back there. The big Elita-1, so she's gonna stand with her on the shelf. But she is gorgeous. The box art do love as well. Love all the poses and positioning they have for her. She looks really good. And I like that in the War for Cybertron series they gave the female Autobots like more. Because they were a passing thought in the original series. And even in the movie, like, you know, RC is there, but she's the only one. Like, what about the rest of them that we all know are still on Cybertron? We don't really get to hear from them much. So I really appreciate this. I've not seen this one before, so this is one that I know I don't have because I've never seen it, especially with the Netflix on it. I mean, it's even got Netflix printed on the box. It's not just a little tag. So that's kind of great. I love her coloring. You'll notice that her and Optimus have kind of a matching color palette. They had another... I can't remember what series, game, whatever it was from, but they had another RC and Hot Rod there that were hanging next to each other, and I looked at them, and they looked real weird. Just not in a good way. Like, the one figure I'm thinking about that's $500, like, he's cool looking, like, he looks amazing. He just doesn't look like Hot Rod. Well, he's not even Hot Rod, he's Rodimus Prime. He's the transformed, the raised up version. But just these two, they look clowny. Like, there's simplicity, but then there's clowny, and these two just look clowny. So I wasn't into them. So they got to stay there, but if I'd asked for them, they'd have been bought. So super happy with her. She was a great find. But then I'm also a big fan of the Chainsaw Man. I love that show. Do you like Chainsaw Man? The new season comes out sometime this summer. Cannot wait. We'll watch it all in one afternoon. But I find Denji just to be adorable. He just wants, he just wants one set of boobs just for him. It's precious. He just wants his set. He doesn't want all of them, just his. That's admirable. God, that's terrible. But just if you've never watched Chainsaw Man, the premise is like the first episode, you're like, what am I watching? Version of Earth where like demons are a thing. There are people who hunt demons and can make pacts with demons to make them stronger to hunt demons. But then our titular character, Denji, gets possessed by one and can turn into a dude with a chainsaw for a head and arms. If he needs to, because he bonded with a little demon named Pochita, who was super cute. I actually have a big stuffed Pochita sitting on my chair. He's adorbs. One of my favorite things. But he's got like the little like ripcord tail and like the chainsaw nose. But Pochita literally replaces Denji's heart at some point, and so that's why Denji can transform into this chainsaw man and literally just goes cutting stuff up with his head and his arms. Yeah, I know it's ridiculous, but it's great. And the opening theme song slaps way too hard. That bass in the opening, like it's crazy. Like it's too hard. And the song is like good, thrashy, danceable, just perfect show. Perfect show. But my favorite characters are Denji and the other demon girl, Power. She's hilarious. She's got the little horn sticking out. And those are the only characters from that show I care about. I only care about Pochita, Denji, and Power. And Power is my favorite. I'm actually working on Power cosplay. But you can cosplay all of them because they're all wearing the same outfit, basically, just like the shoes and like the horns and stuff. That's the kind of stuff that changes. But Power is a blood demon, basically, and she's able to use blood magic. But they kind of got control of her in the show, and she fights with those who are fighting against her own kind, but she doesn't care because she's just in it for the killing. But she's great. She's hilarious. So we were the same store that we found little Elita-1 in and Sailormoon. We were also able to find these guys. So these are minifigs. They are from Fig Ooh Arts. Say that 3 times fast. But I got the little Denji. Isn't he cute? Look, there's a little Pochita on the front. Oh, and look up in there. Oh, God, look. I didn't even notice that at the store. There's a little Pochita in there with him. That is too cute. So I got Denji. The reason his teeth are pointed is, well, he's possessed. So he got demon teeth. But there was a Power. My husband actually wanted to get me these for Christmas, but he knows I'm a complete set person, and there was no Power, so we didn't get them. There was a Power, but her box is damaged. But sometimes, and the young man sitting behind the counter was like, I said, like, sometimes you just gotta accept the damaged box because you might not get another one. So I'm gonna figure out how to make this not so bad. But they had Power. Look at her little horns. Oh my God, she's so great. She's rather heavy. I've got in these all Spy Family. I've got sitting on my desk Yor, Lloyd, Anya, and Bond. So these two are gonna sit on top of them. Honey, we gonna find a place for the figures we love. Okay, we don't throw things away. We make space in this household. You will never catch me saying, "Oh, honey, it's time to throw that away." If you're don't be throwing people's stuff away just because you don't like it. Now, look, if your house is hoarded out and it's a mess, okay, you got decisions to make. But if you got shelf space, if your house is open floors, everybody got their own space where they keep stuff, don't be throwing somebody else's collection away, unless it's something offensive and that is personally definable to everybody. Like, no, don't do that. Like, now if your kids move out and 15 years later they have not gotten their crap out of the attic, okay, fair game, do what you want. But you know, if you're just like going through your significant other stuff and you just don't like it because it's not something you like, huh, he's a grown man. Why does he have all these toys? Don't throw that man's action figures away. Don't do that. Don't throw that girl's Sailor Moon dolls away, okay? We all have our own collections, off my soapbox. But I was real happy to find those. Don't need the bags anymore, but there was one more thing. One more thing. So they bought me a Sailor Moon game mat, and I love it, but it's huge. It takes up half the table because it has all of the inner scouts on it. Sailor Moon's in the middle, and then the scout, the 4 inner Stitchy, 2 on either side. That thing is like as long as my arms, and I'm 6'1", so it's really long. So for game playing, like if we're playing Magic the Gathering or something, I love using my mat. It also takes up the whole table. So just hanging there was a new game mat. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. So I wasn't even looking to buy a new game mat because I love the one that I have. But now, don't need that. I'm sure my dog is super annoyed. He's back there. Oh no, he's knocked out. But now I've got one with power on it. Oh, it's got new game mat smell. Yeah. Isn't it great? Look, she just looks so unbothered. She just looks so unbothered, and I love it. So this is my newest mat for playing the tabletop card games. You really do want a mat though if you're into any type of card game. I don't care if it's Yu-Gi-Oh, the Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, whatever it is, because like hard tables, whether they're glass or wood, it can get a little difficult to pick your cards up, and then you end up bending them, and that's not a good time for anybody. So game mats are a plus. And look, just right here, power. So I am so happy with my finds today. Everything's not for everyone. We all have stuff that makes us happy. I'm sure there's somebody watching this like, do you know what you could have done with all that money? Yeah, I'm aware. This is what I chose to do with it. You know, it's your life to do with as you please. And I've said it before, there is so much going on in the world that just makes everyone sad, makes everyone mad, depresses everybody. Like, it is okay to find things that bring you joy. Like, it doesn't hurt anybody, doesn't hurt you, doesn't hurt me. I mean, unless it all falls off the walls, then it would hurt everyone. But, you know, find those things that bring you joy. If it's collecting, painting, building, taking a walk, whatever it is. You know, if your hobby's not hurting anybody else, look at me, look at my eyeballs. It's fine. You don't need anybody else's approval or thumbs up for you to indulge in what makes you happy and the way that you choose to do that. I will probably collect until I'm no longer on this earth. No, I can't take it with me. But while I'm here, I'm sure going to enjoy it. So, and you do the same. So as usual, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.